Okay, so let's get one thing straight right from the start. You're here because you are a fantastic caregiver. Seriously, your skills, your compassion, your experience, that's exactly why we're so thrilled to have you on the team. This isn't about teaching you how to care. You're already an expert at that. This is about introducing a philosophy, a different way of looking at things that will channel all those amazing skills you have. We call it the whole way. So let's dive in and see what that really means for us and for the people we support. And this right here is the single biggest shift we make at Whole. So much of caregiving can get boiled down to compliance, right? Checking boxes, following the task list. But we start from a totally different place. We ask about the human experience. And that one little question, it changes everything. It moves us from just being task doers to being connection builders. This is the key that unlocks the entire Whole way.
So why are we so obsessed with experience? Well, because our mission is just so much bigger than just meeting basic needs. We're here to help people live lives that are fulfilling, that are meaningful. And think about it. When has a checklist ever led to a meaningful life? Never, right? Nope. That requires something way deeper. It requires a focus on holistic wellness.
At Whole, we actually think about wellness in terms of different kinds of foods. Now, the food on the plate, the meals we eat, we call that a secondary food. It's absolutely vital, of course, but what truly nourishes a person's soul, what makes life feel rich and worth living, well, that comes from what we call primary foods, and this is the really exciting part. These are things like a sense of community, feeling like you have a purpose, having chances for movement, and being able to have true self-expression. Our entire model is built around helping residents feast on these primary foods every single day.
Okay, so a beautiful philosophy is one thing, right? But how do you actually make it happen, especially on a crazy, hectic afternoon? That's where our 5 core principles come in. We call them our care anchors, and these aren't just a list of rules. They are the practical, hands-on tools that help us turn that big philosophy into consistent, everyday actions. They really do guide everything we do. All right, here they are, our 5 non-negotiables. First up, autonomy before efficiency. Next, relationship is the intervention. Then we have dignity in every micro moment. Our 4th is support growth without force. And number 5, which kind of holds it all together, staff self-awareness equals care quality. Let's really break down that first one. I'm not going to lie, this one can be the toughest, and also the most rewarding adjustment to make. In our culture, we are deliberately choosing to put a resident's choice above a rigid schedule. That means we might run behind on our to-do list to honor what a person wants. And why? Because at Whole, protecting someone's sense of control, their agency, that isn't just another task on the list. It is the task.
And this phrase, it just nails it. If there's one idea you really hold on to from all of this, let it be this one. When you slow down and offer someone a real choice about their own life, their own body, their own day, you're not being delayed. You are delivering the absolute core of the high-quality, dignified service we are all here to provide.
In a lot of places, building rapport is seen as a nice-to-have, something you do when there's extra time. Here, it's the most powerful tool we have in our toolkit. A genuine, trusting relationship is the single most effective intervention for almost any challenge you can think of. It builds that foundation of safety that's needed for real communication, for growth, and for well-being.
So here's the bottom line. The quality of our care is directly 100% tied to the quality of our connection. The minute we get tunnel vision on our tasks and let that relationship slide, our ability to provide truly effective trauma-informed support weakens right along with it. It's that simple. Dignity isn't just about the big legal stuff. It's really built or broken in the thousands of tiny little interactions that happen every single day. We call these micro moments. It's in the way we speak to residents, not about them in the hallway. It's in pausing and waiting for a response instead of rushing ahead. It's our tone, our posture. It's the respect we show in every single one of these small but incredibly powerful moments. I absolutely love this distinction. Any facility can protect a resident's rights on a piece of paper. Honestly, that's the bare minimum. Our goal is so much higher than that. We are here to actively protect a person's sense of self, their pride, their feeling of worth. Now that is a much deeper and more meaningful promise.
Yeah, a huge part of our job is to help people build skills and independence, but how we do it is everything. We are not here to push, to pressure, or to get into power struggles. We invite, we model, and we encourage, with a whole lot of patience. We honor the residents' pace and their readiness.
because we get that real, lasting growth can never, ever be forced. Just let that sink in for a second. When do you feel brave enough to try something new? To maybe risk failing? To actually grow? It's when you feel emotionally and physically safe, right? An environment that's all about pressure and demands. That actually shuts growth down. But an environment built on trust and safety, that's where it blossoms. And that is the space we are all here to create, together.
Okay, so we've explored these really powerful principles. Now, let's get practical. How do they actually translate into our conversations? What does the whole way literally sound like in a normal, everyday interaction?
This slide is so important because this is where the rubber meets the road. It's all about turning commands into collaborations. So instead of a directive like, it's time to shower, we offer a choice. Hey, would you like to shower now or maybe after breakfast? Instead of that impossible demand, calm down, we offer our calm presence. I'm right here with you, let's just breathe together. This isn't just about being nicer, it's a strategic shift from the language of control to the language of connection.
So far, pretty much everything we've talked about has focused on our interactions with residents. But there is one more critical piece to this whole puzzle. And for this one, we have to turn the focus inward. It's about the energy and the presence that we, as staff, bring into the room, and how that profoundly shapes the environment for everyone.
Man, this is such a profound truth. Before you even say a single word, your internal state, whether you're calm, stressed, rushed, or present, it's felt by everybody in the room. A regulated, calm adult is one of the most powerful sources of safety we can possibly offer, especially for residents who are feeling distressed. That's why your own emotional regulation isn't just a personal thing, it's one of your most essential professional tools.
And that brings us perfectly to our final anchor, the one that really makes all the others possible. We are explicitly saying that your self-awareness and your ability to manage your own stress is directly linked to the quality of care you can provide. Knowing your own stress signals, asking for help before you're totally overwhelmed, taking 30 seconds to ground yourself. These aren't luxuries. Here at W Whole, they are core professional skills.
So we end right where we began, with that one single question that guides us through everything. If you remember nothing else, please let it be this. At the end of every interaction, at the end of every shift, this is our shared compass. How did the resident experience this moment? If your answer honors their dignity, their autonomy, and the connection you share, then you are living the whole way. And that is how we truly transform caregiving, one moment at a time.